A very good evening to you from the sports desk. Let's start here. More and more former footballers are making their presence felt from a coaching point of view. Shu-aib Walters, who spent over a decade playing as a goalkeeper in the local top flight, is looking to help shape the country's rising stars. Walters joins us now for a chat via Zoom. Shuaib, a very good evening and thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, good evening, Mupena, and thank you for having me, and good evening to all the viewers out there.
Let's start here. I mean, how's the transition been from playing to coaching? How is it going so far?
Yeah, well, it's obviously difficult. When you start coaching, you have to understand the psychology of the kids, the personalities, the adjustment coming from watching football all the time. And now you have obviously kids that are on their phones all the time. So it's been, a little bit difficult and challenging. But, I've done well so far and pretty proud of most of the boys that I've been working with.
Is it something that you always had in mind while you were playing, that you will transition into coaching?
Yes, definitely. I was still playing in 2016 for Cape Town City, and I already started coaching. I was in Cape Town at the time with the Randebosch boys. I was also doing an SAP team out there. And obviously just trying it out, seeing if coaching was for me. Definitely very passionate about the coaching, especially in the development. So it's been experience and a pretty good journey so far.
And how does it feel to be part of setups like the ones at Mamelodi Sundowns?
Yeah, no, it's brilliant. It's always been a goal of mine to be part of a very big club. Something like Mamelodi Sundowns. I've always wanted to be there where you have obviously the big resources and you can help with the fundamentals with the junior goalkeepers. With my academy, you obviously have to settle for the paying clients and the ones that could afford it. Now I've got the option and obviously the resources to get the best from everywhere and out there in the country.
Tell us a little bit about the academy, Shuaib. What do you do? Where is it based? And what's the big picture?
Yeah, so basically the academy, we just started with in 2019, just before COVID. We've been working with a couple of boys and the work, obviously producing people like Pat Kokoza, who went on to sign for SuperSport United in the Diski setup. And now he's currently playing for Pretoria Callies. I've had Tandom Tetwa, he's with Sekakuni in the Diski. Our latest now graduate is Calby St. Clair, he's with SuperSport United in the Diski. So just to try and push and give the opportunities for boys and give them the fundamentals that probably I lacked in my professional career, and give them that head start when they're already in probably a good environment and professional environment.
Do you find that there's interest in goalkeeping, particularly from younger players? Because, the perception is every other player wants to be the next Messi, the next Ronaldo, the next Pesitao. But you never hear them talking about being the next Ronan Williams or Itumeleng Khune. Do you find that at the lower level there is that interest in goalkeeping?
Yeah, well, when I look back, when I grew up and I looked at all the goalkeepers, it was always the bigger kid. It was always the kid who owned the ball. But I feel that the marketing of goalkeeping and obviously them becoming goal players has marketed quite big. And I mean, I'm fortunate enough to have quite a few 7-8-year-old boys that are aspiring goalkeepers. And the nice thing is that they see the likes of De Gea, Edison, Allison marketing themselves quite well. And it's not anymore about just the goal scorers. It's also a lot about the goalkeeping. And I think that's what's drawn the attention to the younger kids to want to be goalkeepers. And I think it's good. I think it's good for football on the whole that the goalkeepers also are now getting recognition that they probably didn't before. A lot goes to because you're part of the playing, you're part of the build-up. You're a lot more involved. You're just not stuck in the 6-yard box, stopping goals. So I think that has played a big part in in the generation now where a lot more younger kids want to become goalkeepers.
Just to turning the focus now onto the professional setup. I mean, you look at Bafana, Ronan Williams, definitely one of the best, and one would say he has paid his dues. But in the absence of Ronan at Bafana level, we seem to have a struggle. Is it Chaine? Is it, Veli Moto? But there seems like there's not a depth of, goalkeepers that can fit into the Bafana setup. Do you think that that's a gap that still needs to be filled?
No, not really. I think that we have good enough goalkeepers to represent our country. It's just obviously, if you look, giving every goalkeeper an opportunity. I think it was Chaine's first cap, and I think he did pretty well. Coming in, he didn't look out of his depth. So I think it's also just more about giving more goalkeepers opportunities. We also have to look at the current age, I think Ronwen Williams is probably the best goalkeeper in Africa at the moment, the best African goalkeeper in the world. I'm not even going to say in Africa. I think just these performances. But I feel also that it's good opportunities for other clubs to give our local goalkeepers an opportunity, to test themselves. And I think Chaine did pretty well. William Waters obviously being part of the Bafana setup. But we also have to look at the current ages, and we have to look at, who's next after Veli, after Ronwen. Chaine is also in his late 20s. I think that we need to look at potentially giving younger goalkeepers an opportunity in the PSL to get the experience. I know it's very difficult for club owners to take risks. They've got franchises and statuses that are worth 50, 60 million there. So it's very difficult for them. But I think for the development of South Africa and our goalkeeping, we should take the risk and give opportunities to the younger goalkeepers so that we can obviously get a bigger and broader spectrum of where we are on the international stage.